What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkshot of the YouTube Assassin. And I already warned you guys that coming on Tuesday is going to be a brand new title update, 1.32. And I've already said that you might want to gather up some materials, you might want to get some silver together. That way you can go and you can get a whole bunch of resources ready in preparation for the upcoming content. Discovery Tour is going to give us a couple of extra weapons and gear, which is unheard of. I know in the past, I think Odyssey didn't do anything, give us any prize, I don't think. And I know Origins gave us a skin for Sanu, but I don't think Odyssey did anything. I could be wrong though. Anyway, what I want you guys to know is that yes, the Discovery Tour is going to give us not just one item or two items. Supposedly, it's supposed to give us a bunch of different gear sets and whatnot. And then, of course, after that, we're going to have 2 weeks later our Halloween festival. And obviously, that's going to give us a bunch of gear. We're going to have to get more of those holiday tokens. And then we'll be able to trade them for whatever items. So, that being said, a bunch of you have chimed in on what you want to do as far as obtaining silver and stacking it along with other materials. And a bunch of you have had some pretty great ideas, honestly. Right now, my go-to is to do this Valkyrie knee drop fishing, in which I come over to this little spot over in the Jor River, all the way at the end. And what I'll do is go to this little kind of small pond or whatever, a small area that kind of has a bunch of these fish over by this bridge, and I'll just do the Valkyrie drop. And as I'm doing that, you'll see that I've got tons of fish that are just dying. It's a lot easier than chasing after them with the spear and whatnot. You kind of get like a mega blast radius, and it takes out a bunch of fish at a time. By the way, whenever I farm, I always make sure that I put it on easy, just because I really don't want to spend a lot of time farming. I'll just come out here, put it on easy, get all the fish that I want, and then go back, get some more adrenaline bars, and then come back. And that way it's just quick. Now, once I get a good bunch of fish, it all depends. Maybe I'll do that for an hour going back and forth between getting those fish, getting more adrenaline bars, and coming back. And then I'll use that money to get scrolls of knowledge or even ore and leather so that I could upgrade all my gear. Now, some of you believe that the easier path is to actually go to the river raids. And in the river raids, as you complete them, as you go places to gain foreign supplies, you'll also find those small treasure chests that have tons of leather and ore, and they always reset. So you can raid this entire map and then go to another map, come back to this map afterwards after it's, done, after their defenses are back down, and just wash, rinse, and repeat. And that's really not a bad thing to do, honestly. The only problem for some people is that some people cannot get into the river raids, or it takes too long on the loading screen. I remember somebody told me on like an Xbox One, it was like 10 minutes. And no, that's not that it's an Xbox One problem or anything like that. That's pretty much with like PS4 as well. It just takes immense time to get into these things. I don't know why it takes so long to load. On a PS5 and the Xbox Series S, it really doesn't take that long. It's just like a minute, if that. And that's kind of unfair. But for that, a lot of people get discouraged. So that's why we, kind of talk about the method of going fishing. Now, it is actually a good idea going into the river raids and whatnot if you have the patience, if you can wait and whatnot, because there are a bunch of lootables and there are a bunch of things that have different amounts of silver. So if you take about an hour to fill up your ship, if your ship is maxed, I think right now the max I can collect is about 600 foreign supplies. I'll still get those foreign supplies. Look at that. I just, out of nowhere, it just aimed towards the floor. I'll still get those foreign supplies and whatnot, even though I upgraded everything. And then once I do that, along the way, I'll grab as many lootables as possible, take out a bunch of these enemies and whatnot, get a whole bunch of those treasure boxes that have the leather, the iron. A lot of times I've been noticing that they even have runes, so I'm not mad at that. I'll definitely take those runes as well. And I want to take the foreign supplies just so that the entire map resets. Now, what I'll do is I'll try really hard just to make sure that I do my fishing spot. Then I'll come out here and I'll do a couple of river raids just to make it easier, just so that I don't have to actually buy leather and iron. Once I've done with that, go back fishing, get a whole bunch of silver for that. But this really takes the cake when it comes to getting some extra lootables and whatnot, getting a bunch of different leather and ore. I mean, this can't be beat. This is really, really easy. And of course, you don't have to pay anything. You're basically spending all your money on scrolls of knowledge. The only thing is that you're not going to get a ton of silver doing this every single run. And that's my goal, is to get a ton of silver just so that I could get all those scrolls of knowledge every time I level up. Every time I actually do a raid, there is the possibility, it's a great possibility, that I'm going to level up, and then I'll be able to go to Francia and collect the 5 scrolls there, and then the 1 scroll in England. So, you know, that's all pretty cool, honestly. But for now, everything I have is upgraded to max. By the way, thanks to Phil EF, we know that if you come in here whenever you have to do the mission, the weeklies, to get 5 opal for going and hiring a Viking, you could actually hire those Vikings now. It's pretty outstanding. Anyway, again, let me know and let the community know, what is it that you guys do in order to get silver or in order to farm for materials. Again, some people like to go out and farm for, you know, the actual spots like I have, where I show you all the iron ore, or the spots where I show you where there's a ton of those boars and you take them out. But some people think that this is a lot easier right here. And then, of course, some people can't even get here because of all the problems that they have with the loading screens. But let me know your techniques. Share it with the community. Let's see what happens. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you all in the next one. And we're going to end this on a ya yeet.
Ya yeet!